好难呐、上大学有什么用？
It's so hard. What's the point of going to college? What's the point of studying? As a 32-year-old man with a master's degree, I have been unable to find a job for over a year. Not knowing what to do, I can only do the job like delivering the food. Is this the point of studying? Is this the purpose of going to college? I have been studying for more than 20 years.
我读了10几20几年呢。
如果再给我一次机会，
If given another chance, I definitely won't go for a master's degree. I graduated from one of China's top 40 universities, which also is one of the top law schools in China. But when I graduated, I found that I couldn't find a job. I sent out many resumes during the fall recruiting period, but they all fell on deaf ears. I traveled all over the country to Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen to introduce myself to major companies, but I was rejected again and again. Finally, I found a law firm in my hometown and became a lawyer, but they only paid me $280 per month. China's weak economy has led to layoffs in many companies. On the one hand, companies' demand for college graduates has stagnated, while on the other hand, the supply of graduates is increasing. In 2024, the number of college graduates reached nearly 12 million. As a result, the employment situation in China is getting worse and worse. In recent years, American, Western, Taiwanese, and other foreign companies have been withdrawing from China, taking away the industrial chain. Chinese private enterprises provide more than 80% of urban jobs. Still, the Chinese Communist authorities have been cracking down on the internet platforms, the game industry, and the education and training industry one by one. As foreign investment flees and private enterprises are destroyed, it's becoming increasingly difficult for young people in China to find a job. In mainland China, postgraduate students have more difficulty finding employment than university graduates. A research report shows that in 2024, the employment rate for fresh graduates with master's and doctor's degrees was 44.4%, even lower than the 45.4% for bachelor's degrees. Today, we're going to talk about the high skills, low wages issue in China. But before we do, we would like to invite you to subscribe. Your support is our greatest motivation and allows us to bring you more valuable content. Now, moving on. Recently, a female master posted a video on a social media platform saying that she finally got an interview with a school, but the salary offered was only $340 per month. She couldn't help but cry and complain. The value of a degree is so cheap now.
年的学费有10800。
Hello everyone, I am the 2024 graduate who posted the video yesterday about being offered only $340 monthly during a job interview. I read all your comments last night. First of all, I would like to clarify that I am not targeting this school. The school is very good. My original intention in posting the video was to discuss the current employment environment. How can an academic degree be so cheap these days? I didn't expect it to spark such a heated discussion. Now, let me respond to your comments. Many of you said I can take off Kang Yiji's long gown, a symbol of one's elite status. I admit that I really can't take it off. Because I spent more than 10 years studying and 7 years for my undergraduate and graduate degrees, and the annual tuition was $1,500. Now I am facing a job with a monthly salary of only $345. Everyone says that my value is only worth $340. I admit that my mind was only focused on getting scholarships and I was just focused on studying. Since my parents have a heavy burden of living, I want to share some with my family. I probably don't have much of a brain either, so I didn't go out and start some kind of business. I just took some part-time jobs and I don't have much working experience. So when I went out to look for a job and the HR person asked if I had any working experience, I honestly didn't have any. So they say I'm only worth $340 a month. I am from Jiangsu province and I'm here in Shenyang city. I don't want to go back to my hometown because if I do, my relatives will ask me, "Where are you working? You spent so much money on your studies, you got a master's degree, then what's your salary?" Some of my relatives' comments are quite harsh. I don't want to go back. When I graduated, I took a civil service exam for the 24th batch of new teachers. There were only 2 places and I didn't pass the interview. I was pretty depressed at that time and I didn't want to take the exam anymore. I'm not posting this video to make people feel sorry for me. I just want to ask everyone, how many of you have really stepped down from the pedestal, taken off your long gown, and accepted a low-paying job? Finally, thank you to my friends who showed me the way and introduced me to the direction of my work yesterday. I will adjust my attitude and lower my status to find a job where I can learn something. Thank you all. The job-seeking experience of this master's graduate resonated with many young Chinese. Some netizens said, "I'm a doctor graduate and I am anxious every day that I won't be able to find a job." This young man is a returnee who got his master's degree abroad, but it's so hard to find a job after going back to China.
现在到底找工作有多难？各位网友大家好。
How hard is it to find a job these days? Hello everyone, I am an overseas postgraduate student. I am currently in Chengdu and have been looking for a job for 3 months, but I haven't found any yet. 9 out of 10 jobs on Boss recruitment websites are sales, and 1 is similar to sales, but it doesn't say it's sales. I was really frustrated before. I realized the reality, so I applied for a job as a security guard. The company responded, "You are overqualified with higher education. I'm afraid you'll quit after 2 months." When I applied for the job related to my major, which is electronic computer engineering, the company said, "You have no work experience. We only hire people with at least 2 or 3 years of experience." By the end, I was really desperate. Where could I go? I contacted the funeral home at the crematorium and they told me, "We're full, we don't need anyone." Oh my god, it's really hard for me to find a job. I'm a postgraduate from a top 100 QS university, and after spending 3 months in Chengdu, I still could not find a job.
实在是太难了。我是春节QS 前100的大学的研究生，在成都混了3个月，还是没有找到。后来我并不找到工作。
This girl also returned from abroad. She studied applied social data science and received a master's degree from the University of Dublin in Ireland. She couldn't find a job either.
您实习了吗？
Have you done any internship? I'm doing an internship right now. I came back last year to look for a job but couldn't find one. What is your current internship salary? Can you tell me? The salary is $25 a day. In Chengdu, $25 a day for an internship is relatively high. Because I have a master's degree, so the payment level is probably normal. I see. So what are your current job prospects? The job prospects are good because AI is a relatively popular industry, but there are just too many people looking for jobs right now, and it's pretty competitive. I started looking for a job in August or September of this year, and I haven't found any yet.
8、9月份开始找工作吧，现在都没有找到。
So, you have now returned home after completing your postgraduate studies. Do you have anything to say to the undergraduate students or to those who are about to take the exams or postgraduate or civil service? Speaking from my own experience, I graduated in 2021 and went abroad to study in 2023. There was a 2-year gap because after working for a while, I wanted to take postgraduate entrance exams. At that time, they were not so competitive, so I wanted to take the postgraduate entrance exam to improve myself. I took the exam twice but failed both times, and then I applied to study abroad. I just realized that I still couldn't find a job after I got my master's degree. I would like to tell current students that they need to think carefully about what they want to do when they are in college. Whether you want to take postgraduate exams, take civil service exams, or find a job, it is quite difficult. It's hard no matter what you do, and it's especially difficult to find a job after getting a postgraduate degree. So you have to start planning what you want from college. I understand. Okay, thank you.
明白，好，谢谢啊。
In September of this year, Baoshan College in Yunnan Province hired people with master's degrees to be dormitory managers. The Baoshan College announcement said that the college intended to hire 7 people, including dormitory managers and security guards. In the end, 4 master's degree holders, 2 bachelor's degree holders, and 1 junior college graduate were hired. Of the 4 master's degree holders, 3 were hired as dormitory managers. The 3 dormitory managers are from North University of China, majoring in mechanical engineering, Yunnan Agricultural University, majoring in environmental science, and Southwest Forestry University, majoring in agricultural management. The news sparked a heated debate. Some netizens said, You can see how difficult it is to find a job now that even in such a position you have to fight for it. The public can't help but ask, what's the point of getting a master's degree if it costs 7 years of college tuition plus 7 years of your youth? A physics master's degree holder also appeared on the list of newly hired temporary janitors at one middle school in Suzhou City. The Palace Museum's list of new graduates to be hired in 2024 also include a Peking University software engineering graduate who applied for a position in the security department. It is a comprehensive department. When the new employees come to work, we will assign the job to each person according to their academy background. As an engineering graduate from Peking University, it's not necessary for you to be a stand guard. Once you take our position, you will have the official budgeted post. The man is 37 years old and is the project manager of a company. He never expected to be laid off, and what's worse, his wife lost her job at the same time.
37岁，985硕士毕业了。
I'm 37 years old and I have a master's degree, but I'm still struggling to make ends meet with a monthly household budget of $2,800. My wife and I are both out of work. We don't have any cash, like $138 right now. It's really hard. I used to make $4,800 per month at work, and my wife could make about $1,650 a month. Together, we had $6,000 a month, including bonuses and other income. We felt we had no pressure at all because we could afford to pay the mortgage, eat well, drink well, and send our kids to college. But reality can change so suddenly. We are both unemployed now. Just today, at the end of August, I was laid off with a pay cut. I never thought I would be laid off as an AI project manager after serving the company for 8 years. To be honest, I never expected it. The misfortune never comes alone. My wife was laid off when the outsourcing company project she worked for was terminated. I have been working hard to find a job, but the reality is that I have been told that I am too old at 35. But I am only 37. Is that really too old? I can only say that there is nothing I can do when you reach middle age. At that time, to buy this apartment, we borrowed hundreds of thousands from friends and family, and the living expenses are getting higher and higher. We spent $760,000 on this apartment and then added finishing, interest, and various taxes. So it cost us almost $830,000. But the market value of this apartment is probably only $550,000, so we can't even sell it. That is probably the current market price.
目前可能就这么一个行情。
A man in Fujian province left a comment saying, "Brother, get through it. My average monthly salary last year was $3,400. This year it's down to $1,400, and in the future it may be as low as $800. My wife makes $280 a month. I also have 2 sons and an elderly mother to support. All the family's expenses must be covered by our couple. Get through this. Wish you all the best." This woman is 34 years old and a manager in a company. She was suddenly laid off. With the high cost of living in a first-tier city, she feels a lot of pressure.
每个月到手的薪水大概是28,000块钱。
My monthly salary is about $3,860. This is my 5th year working in artificial intelligence. I often work overtime and eat takeout. Today is my 1,753rd day at work. This morning, I went to my boss's office in a good mood to discuss a promotion and a salary raise. But my boss suddenly told me to hand over the projects I was working on to my apprentice and give him the whole team of management. My salary was cut to $400, which makes me a mere figurehead. So just after turning 35 and with a child just over a year old, I am facing the prospect of having no income. Every month there are fixed expenses like mortgage, car loan, water, electricity, gas, food, clothing, and so on. Every day of life is really an expense. So when you reach middle age, you have no choice. You have to support your parents and raise a child. Suddenly, I am under a lot of pressure.
突然这样，我真的压力很大。
That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a message, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.